Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.
Camera's on, Jake.
Camera's on.
Camera's on.
But
it's rolling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, camera's rolling. YouTube Live is rolling. Facebook Live is rolling. Looks like the audio's rolling.
So it's real.
So
I shouldn't start it over black with us setting up the camera still, huh?
I mean, it could be hilarious.
We'll see. I guess we'll feel it out.
We'll find out. You'll find out on Friday when this actually is released to the public.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I did not throw my paper towel away.
Oh.
You know why I didn't throw my paper towel away?
I want you to throw it at the camera then.
Okay. Which one? Who gets this?
The main one. The ones on YouTube get to see. I mean, not YouTube. Our main audience.
The reason I didn't is because we have in our bathroom.
Right.
It's on our floor. We have a shared bathroom.
Yes.
For all the different people who have suites.
I have a private bathroom. But go on with your story.
Jacob, in his contract, did get a private bathroom.
Yeah, I installed it myself.
Yeah, he did, and it's a disaster.
It's terrible.
It's
just
actually
a bucket.
it's a hole. It's a hole that's cut open and goes all the way down.
Yeah.
8 floors,
like a fireman's
to
pole.
the ground. So he goes and it just drops 8 floors and just lands in a bucket at the bottom.
I didn't ask permission.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Yeah. And I'm sure the new owners will definitely forgive you from everything we've heard.
It's kind of why I did it.
Yeah.
So go on. Go on with your bathroom story.
Oh yeah. So it's a shared bathroom.
Okay.
And so, for a while, before COVID, I guess, disappeared or something.
Yeah.
Or I guess maybe it's back or maybe it's disappeared.
It's lurking in the shadows.
Yeah. But we're allowed to do things now. But for a while, we're not.
No.
And it was a recommendation that you'd use a paper towel to open
the door
handle.
Right.
And then we would take shots at the trash can.
Yes.
Which we would call our wish basket.
It's the wish basket.
And you make a wish, and then you
try
to shoot a basket at the thing, and then you if you hit it, then your wish comes true.
And it always happens.
And it's been remarkably pretty good at either denying you or accepting your wish, whatever your wish happens to be.
Yes.
So I did a wish this morning.
Yeah.
And I'm going to admit something to the public. This is like what I'm admit. I'm a Los Angeles Clippers fan.
Yeah.
Now in LA, that's kind of the same as admitting that you're a Republican in California,
right,
or a gun rights activist in Vermont. The people don't like you.
They don't like it. They're
immediately.
In the moment they hear you're a Clippers fan, and I can attest to this. You're not being dramatic because you're a diehard Clippers fan. You've turned me into a Clippers fan,
I am.
And I've accompanied you in public places where you're wearing Clipper regalia and you get lambasted. You get ridiculed.
Well, my wife gave me 3. There's one right here, actually.
A Clippers
My wife got
face
me
mask.
Clippers face mask because she thought, well, you love the Clippers. This will be nice. I'll get you a face mask. Okay, so she got me a set of 3. And they're my 3 best face masks, and I only have a couple of other ones on top of that. So I pretty much was always wearing a Clippers face mask. So you would be walking around with me places where I would be flaunting Clippers, whether I wanted to or not, just because I had to wear a mask.
Right. And people be throwing food at us.
I would get it was rough. It was brutal out there.
No, people can be jerks, I'd say. Yeah. I'd say in LA they can be jerks.
They don't like Clippers fans here, even though the Clippers are from here.
Right.
Unless you're Clippers fans, then you see them, and then there's like an immediate like, hey. Like you'd have a conversation for 40
minutes. We're in this
together.
together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anywho, that's a long story to get around to the point of why I had a paper towel.
I don't care.
I did the wish basket today because as of the recording of this live, for those of you who are watching live, this. For those of you later, you're going to know more. They'll either be eliminated by now, or they're playing Game 7, right?
Yeah, because it'll be Friday, July 3rd that this airs.
Right. So they've got a lot of injuries. There's a lot going wrong for the Clippers, but they're fighting. They're fighting like heck to try to
July 2nd is Friday.
Oh, Friday, July 2nd.
It's Friday, July.
You're right. I keep thinking the 4th is on Saturday, but it's on Sunday. You're right.
Sunday.
It's the 2nd. Thank you, Elise.
Because we have
fact checker Elise. That's why we have her.
That's right. Elise saves the day every day.
Friday, July 2nd.
Yeah, because we have Monday off. So you probably thought, well, Saturday.
I'm all thrown.
Is Sunday, and Sunday is Saturday, and Sunday is Monday, and Monday.
Sunday. Exactly. I get confused.
Yeah,
but.
Oh, right. There's a story. So I in the morning, I asked the wish basket this morning.
Yeah.
I went up and I took my shot and I said, wish basket, please let the Clippers win tonight.
Yeah.
And I took the shot and it went in. Which means, according to the wish basket, that the Clippers are going to win tonight, which is a big deal. I don't want to ruin that by taking another shot and having the wish basket tell me No, it's
right.
not. It's
if
not,
you miss, that means that it takes away the wish.
Right.
Right.
So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be taking any more wish basket shots today.
Yeah.
Because we got a good thing going.
By the way, if this works and that we end up airing this and it worked and we are going to see lines of sports fans on this floor being like, I'm here to use the wish basket. I got to use the wish basket. While you're here,
it's already worked once.
Yeah.
I did a wish basket when the Clippers were down 3-1 and they won game 5.
See?
So if it works twice and then 3 times, then I mean,
this could be. We could have a magical place here on our hands.
But anyways, I had the paper towel because of the habit of grabbing the paper towel.
And then you realized once you had it, you said, I can't.
I don't know if I need to anymore. I'm vaccinated.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to be like I'm not saying that to like be a. Some people like kind of virtue signal. I'm vaccinated.
Yeah.
For me, I thought it was.
So you don't.
I thought this was a good idea. Okay,
I think so.
So that was my decision. But so I did that. So I should not have a problem. I shouldn't need to actually do that. But it's a habit.
It's a habit. We've done it for over a year.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
I don't know. So that's why, long story short, that's why I threw a napkin.
You know what?
At the
you know what? That is the perfect way to start this podcast because this is an OG Noel, Jacob, and Elise. This is
original Givens.
So yeah, the OG, the original Givens and Carol and Elise, and so we get to have a little flexibility when it's us.
Flexibility,
because when we have guests, there's a lot of pressure to move it along and kind of keep the thing rolling. Keep the conversation hot, right?
And people like when we plod.
Yeah. But when it's us, I don't know. There is a loosey goosey like fun vibe to when it's just the three of us. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we get to play a little bit.
Absolutely.
And if I want to hear your story about shooting a basket to help the Clippers win in the wish basket, or me cutting a fireman's hole in my office, then I want to tell those stories.
It is kind of amazing how you just sit there right there in your seat in the office.
It's amazing, right?
Suddenly we'll hear a splat.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Welcome to the Biofriendly Podcast, everybody. But those are
with poop jokes.
Those are not.
We already did a fart joke on the people who are watching Facebook Live.
Yeah, when
YouTube
we were doing
Live.
the live, we were doing some fart jokes. But
that's because we're children.
We are children.
Yeah.
We're giant man children.
All of us except for Elise, who's the most mature among us.
Elise is absolutely the most mature person in the room.
No question.
But today we're not talking about wish baskets or poop holes. We're talking about pooples.
Would all the pooples in the place please raise their hands?
Use my prized
pooples in the place.
Today we're talking about regenerative travel. Exactly. Right? And while you
that sounds actually kind of neat. Can I guess? Can I guess what this is?
Give me a guess.
I should know these things, being
that you travel.
I'm part of an environmental company and I travel, but I don't. I have not heard of this before. So this is cool. I'm gonna guess. So regenerative
Take
travel.
3.
Regenerative travel.
Yeah.
That would be where you go to a place.
Yeah.
And by your being there, you aid in the environmental situation in the place. You actually improve the place you're going to, as opposed to taking away from the place. Is this
wrong? No, it's when your arm gets cut off and you go to a place and it regrows like Wolverine. That's regenerative.
Regenerative travel.
You travel to Fiji and your arm regrows. No, you were absolutely correct.
Okay.
Your definition was right.
Yours would be better.
I know. If there was a place where you could regrow limbs, that'd be great.
Yeah.
No,
they take worm technology.
Yeah.
And they mix it with jellyfish technology.
Yes.
And then you live forever and all your parts regrow.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of cool that those creatures can do those things?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out eventually. Worms regrowing.
That
sounds so nasty.
It does. But
do worms they become
regenerate.
multiple, right?
Oh, that's what they do.
They become
right?
multiples.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not. Maybe it's lizards. It's lizard technology.
Yeah.
Because their tails grow back.
There's certain species that can regenerate after you cut off their limbs. Like Logan from X-Men.
Yes, right. Exactly.
So
we want that technology.
Yes.
And then we want the jellyfish technology so we live forever. And then what the heck? We'll do the worm technology. So every time I cut off Jacob's arm, that arm grows into a whole new Jacob.
A whole new Jacob.
Whole new Jacob.
I can show you my arm. It's becoming a person. Anyway, no, regenerative travel, you nailed it right out of the gate. That's what it is. It's so I just saw it in an article. This is a relatively new term that's being thrown around,
right?
But it's being thrown around even more post-pandemic.
Really?
Yes.
Is it because everybody's traveling now?
It's
and before the pandemic, nobody was traveling?
It's because So all the tourism and places around the world had a long time to think.
Oh.
When no one was there. Oh. So there was a lot of time to ponder. So like tourism, while we love visiting places around the world, while we love seeing exotic places.
Pick a place where tourists go.
Okay.
Kauai.
Kauai.
Yeah.
Yes. So we love traveling. We love being in other parts of the world, learning other parts of the culture. But
the folks in Kauai are like, go away.
Yes.
Or are they not like, go away?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
The problem is the tourism industry often wreaks havoc on the environment.
I believe it.
It's not good, and it can really stress delicate ecosystems.
Yeah.
It can harm species. It can bring in, diseases, and people can take things from those parts of the country. They can poach. They could strip out plants out of the ground. I don't know who's doing that.
You're telling me that people are poachers?
Yes, people are poachers.
What?
Pooples.
Poachers?
Poople poachers. No, but this is something that's been going on. And so during, we had some silver linings that happened that we've talked about before during the pandemic, which is, like Italy's, what are those called? Rivers, the canals. The canals.
Yeah,
the canals.
Venice.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Those getting clear.
Yes.
And dolphins returning.
Yeah.
And so this is a lot of the stuff that comes up. It's like once these places kind of chilled out, step one, chilled out.
Yeah.
They went, if we're going to reopen the doors and people are going to come back, we can't let it get bad again.
Right.
So that is the core of regenerative travel.
Interesting.
Right?
So it's not like we're going to forget you, we're closing our doors, you can't come back.
No.
Because a lot of them probably need the people to come in order to pay the bills.
It helps the economy. It helps everything. Yeah.
But they want people to come back and be responsible now.
Exactly.
When they come back.
Exactly.
Well, do you know where they can learn about that, Jacob?
What?
On the Champion
I know.
award-winning Biofriendly Podcast.
Yes, we have our trophy.
We have a trophy.
We have a trophy, and I almost forgot I was going to open the. We got so distracted with bathroom stories.
Bathrooms. We talked a lot about
wish
butts.
baskets and clippers.
Yes.
But we want to brag because we have our actual official trophy right here, and there's another one on the way.
I know we're multiple award winners.
We're multiple award winners. It's so exciting. So good. So anyway, it's a beautiful trophy, and it looks good. And it has
really
Biofriendly Podcast on it. So
I like that one goes this way and then the other goes the angle of the thing. It's a very classy
very
award.
modern and clean.
So thank you to the Web Excellence Awards people for sending us this. This is really great. We love it. We're Excellence Award winner, video and podcast, educational training, the Biofriendly Podcast. That's what we got. So anyways.
Exactly.
Very exciting.
So
those people are going to tell you.
Yeah. So
all about
award winners are here to tell you about regenerative travel. So I'll give you kind of an overall. So I'm going to read a little bit from a cool article on Tree Hugger. Cool site. Great site. So regenerative travel became a ubiquitous term. I love that word. Ubiquitous term during the coronavirus pandemic as destinations once overrun began to see improvements in air quality, a decline in pollution because of travel interruptions. Abandoned by all except those who inhabit them, cities like Venice, Italy, for instance, were able to recover from over-tourism in some ways and reclaim their cultural identities. Wow. See?
Wow.
Yeah. So that's a very so from this, coalitions and organizations like Regenerative Travel and organizations started. Then they had the Future of Tourism Coalition in 2020 and Global Sustainable Tourism Council. So all of these people have gotten together and been like, we have to come up with some principles that guide what we're going to do. Okay.
So do we have them?
We do. I have them right here.
What are the principles?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Future of Tourism, the guiding principles.
Okay.
Now these all open with wait.
They open with a monologue?
Yeah, it opens with well, it's funny because it's totally a legal document. It says whereas tourism done blah, 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 blah.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding.
This is binding?
This is binding. So if I read this, you all have to agree.
You're stuck.
You're stuck. Sorry. So at the top it has a bunch of whereas tourism.
That's not true, by the way.
Yeah.
You continue to listen.
Yeah.
You've signed nothing. You've agreed to nothing.
So
you can go and poop all over Kauai.
No.
What? Was that wrong?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Go Clips. Okay. All right. So there is in total of these. I don't want to bore everybody with reading, so I'm going to hit them.
Well, let's discuss them and let's make them exciting and interesting. And fascinating.
So there's 13 of them. Of
13.
the principles.
Well, we got half an hour. Right?
We got half.
Or did we waste half an hour talking about?
We wasted
Jacob's dump pocket.
Stop it. You know how horrible that makes me feel. Okay. See the whole picture. Number one.
Yes.
Recognize that most tourism, by its nature, involves the destination as a whole, not only industry businesses, but also its ecosystems, natural resources, cultural assets and traditions, communities, aesthetics, and built infrastructure. So see the whole picture.
See the whole picture. Yeah. So, Jacob, we're flying to Kauai. You and I are going to be...
We're going to have a great time.
We're going to be on the beach in our Speedo. Right now, that's not a good visual. A beach in our board shorts.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
I
wear one of those 1920s bathing suits, though. Whole body.
Whole body bathing
suit.
We're in a whole body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to wear one of those, I want to wear those comfortable Lululemon pants.
Okay. You and Lululemons, me in the 1920s striped full body bathing suit.
Yeah. But I want the texture, like the those the crosshatch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You look fabulous in those.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're there. We're
going. We're there. We're both wearing our appropriate for the Kauai
swim
outfits.
attire. Yes.
And we're about to arrive.
And Elise came with us too, but she's gone elsewhere because of what we're wearing.
Because she's embarrassed.
Because she doesn't want to be around the Biofriendly Podcast guys who are wearing awful swim trunks.
Right. Elise was going to wear a normal swimming suit and then decided, I'm just not going to the beach.
And go to a really great party elsewhere.
Yeah, she's like, I just forget these idiots.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna take in the whole picture of Kauai.
Yes.
Okay. So we got a place that's got wonderful ecosystem, lots of birds, lots of lizards, like little geckos that run around.
Yes.
Yeah, so cute, right?
No,
you don't like them? She doesn't like. How about geckos though? Because like the little potted.
What about Geico?
Geckos. I you know what? When we take Elise to Kauai, we're gonna have to show her gecko because geckos are a little different than lizards. They're significantly cuter.
They can help you save 10% or more.
No, but yes, that's true. They can absolutely. According to the advertisement.
This is not sponsored by Geico. I promise.
Biofriendly Podcast brought to you by Geico. We are not.
No. We should be though. You guys should send us money for that.
Yeah, seriously. Well, they're probably going to send us free car insurance.
That'd be great.
We just got.
That would be so amazing.
That would be amazing. Yeah. We should start just doing ads without permission,
just to get the stuff. Yeah.
You owe us this.
Blow Pops Bubblegum Pops. The best blow pops of all pops.
We got a box of
That's amazing.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of it?
Yeah, of a Tootsie Pop. Exactly. Yeah. And like that Al said it was 3.
We laughed hard again.
Right. So we broke our system. Okay. So we arrive. Geckos. That's going to be we're just try showing you because they're a little different, a little cuter.
Right.
They're kind of adorable. They have big smiles and they're sort of friendly and we'll try. We're going to try. But anyway, so there's all this. There's flora, there's fauna, there's like wonderful plant life. Yeah. There's waterfalls. There's a local culture. There's people. There's it's wonderful, clean beaches.
Yes,
hiking trails that go up into the mountains, and it's I think that's where they filmed Jurassic Park. It looks
absolutely
it's
gorgeous.
A beautiful place. So we're taking in the whole picture. Like there are people who live here. There are animals who live here.
Yes.
There's plant life now that exists that's been left alone for a while. That hasn't been all trod upon.
So we need to not mess with
up.
it. Yeah.
So we're taking all this in. We're saying, okay, this is where we're going. Let's remember that's where we're going. Is that right? Did we do it right? Okay, that's step one. Okay,
step one. Okay.
Right.
Step 2, use sustainability standards. So basically, respect the publicly available, internationally approved minimum criteria for sustainable tourism practices maintained by the Global Sustainable Tourism Council for both industry and destination. So it's like, let's make sure, when it comes to the things that we're buying, the food that we have, the waste, the water usage, all the things that they kind of are guiding you with around that country, around that city.
Okay.
So you're being mindful of them.
So you're not just going to turn on the shower, leave it on for 30 minutes while you have relations.
Yeah, exactly.
And then go into
you
the
call
shower.
your friend.
Yes.
Those kind of relations. Yes.
And then go into the shower.
Right.
And then brush your teeth and leave the water on. And
you're going to be mindful.
You're going to be mindful. You're going to be like, hey, let's treat this like it's like I treat my home.
Yeah. And you're not going to open up your suitcase with just full of Twinkies. Right. And just like throw those Twinkies wrappers just all over the place and just leave them on the beach.
Just drop them in front of a waterfall so they end up in the side of the...
No,
right.
You're going to be respectful of the things and the rules that are in place to help keep that place sustainable.
Okay.
So
be a guest. You're a guest.
You're a guest.
Treat the place nicely.
Our guest.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right.
3, collaborate in destination management. Okay, I don't know what this one is. Ready?
Is there anything more?
Seek to develop all tourism through a collaborative management structure with equal participation by government, the private sector, and civil society organizations that represent diversity in communities. So I don't know. This might I don't know.
So we're supposed to basically listen to the people who are telling you what to do, like follow the man. Is that what they're saying?
I'm beginning to wonder if these rules are for the actual travel businesses. You know what I mean? Not necessarily for the individual, but more for like, hey, these are the things that you need to.
So the podcast is ruined.
Yeah. Let's start over. Sorry. Let's go back to the Clippers. No.
Okay.
I think that so it's basically saying like, make sure that you're working with the local travel tourism businesses and you're following what they're asking to do. So this might be
their stupid rules.
Yeah, exactly. Follow exactly. All right. Choose quality over quantity. Manage tourism development based on quality of visitation, not quantity of visitors. Okay, that's important.
That's interesting.
That is interesting, right?
That's interesting. Actually, I really love that because I'm going to tell a story.
Okay, tell a story. That's what this podcast is for.
So my daughter went to a gymnastics competition in Florida. I got to go to Florida kind of like right when things opened up.
Right.
There was like nationals. It was really fun. Big event, fun time, amazing experience. But we decided since we're here, we'll go to Universal.
Yeah.
And we went into Universal, and they had a lot of really quality rides, really fun things to do.
Yeah.
But there were too many people. Have I already told this on the podcast?
Not on the podcast. You told me. But at least I don't know if it has heard it.
Yeah,
you did hear.
There
it
was a gajillion people. They didn't have enough staff to deal with it. They didn't like wait.
I
took an hour and a half to get food.
Yeah.
It was a kind of a nightmare. Yeah. Honestly, overall, it was really a terrible experience. Even though they had two of the best roller coasters I've ever been on in my life.
Right. Which are called
the Velocicoaster is amazing. It's amazing.
Amazing.
And then Hagrid's whatever bike ride thing is
it's awesome.
Bananas good ride. Like these two rides are the best two roller coasters I've ever been on in my life. They're amazing roller coasters.
Awesome.
So the quality was potentially there, but because of the quantity of people, it was ruined.
It was ruined.
It was ruined. They ruined my life.
And that is something that I think is important.
Yeah.
Because like when you think of a few years ago, I entertained the notion, and I'm not going to do it, but I entertained the notion of it would be cool as a life's goal to climb Everest.
Yeah.
It was. I know. And then I watched the movie.
You're gonna lose an arm.
And I watched.
You'll grow back into
Regenerative Travel. Yeah,
but you'll lose an arm.
Yeah, I'll lose an arm, but I'm gonna.
And then you're gonna leave a Jacob up there.
I'm gonna leave a Jacob on top of Everest. He's gonna be a really frosty Jacob. No, I entertained the idea because I love challenges like that. I love things that are like, you really work towards a goal. But I watched enough that I was like, it's a bad idea. But one of the main reasons it's a bad idea is it's overcrowded.
There's too many people. And there's a line now, right?
Yes.
To get, it's no longer special.
It's
like any old Tom, Dick, and Harry can go up there and
exactly. One of the biggest problems with some major tourism sites in the world, at least pre-pandemic, is the lines, the crowds. People are at risk.
Yeah.
Because it's just not coordinated well. The number one goal was quantity, not quality.
Right.
It was we got to sell, get as many people to pay and do this so that we can get the money. And it was like the quality of the experience went.
Right.
Now
here's the danger, though, as I'm thinking about this, as we're just because we're spitballing here.
We're spitballing.
We're spitballing.
Yeah.
The danger is, in order to do that, what you've got to do is increase the price.
Yeah.
Because that then deters people from visiting, and it means that you can pay for it.
You can
pay better workers and more workers for less people.
Yeah.
You can pay for better stuff for less people. If it costs more money, you can get more and then put less into it, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of the Disneyland model.
Yeah.
And one of the problems that Disney kind of gets a lot of times is that nobody can go anymore. Like it's
because it's so expensive.
It's so expensive that your average Joe doesn't. It's now a place that rich people get to go to.
Yeah, because it is so pricey.
Right. So it's funny because there's an interesting balance there because I wonder, like other people might want to go to Kauai.
Yeah.
Like everybody might want to get their shot. They save up and get to go. And I'm not saying that there isn't value here and this isn't a good idea. But, but it's an interesting thing to think about, right?
We're spitballing.
That is shouldn't other people get a chance to go, not just
You teed up the next point perfectly.
Okay.
Because the next point is demand fair income distribution.
Wow.
So, set policies that counter unequal tourism benefits within destination communities that maximize retention of tourism revenues within those communities. So, you're also saying, I got to pay everybody who works here a fair wage.
Yeah.
They cannot be doing everything for pennies to the dollar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We gotta make sure people are compensated.
Well, that's an important
what you were just
point,
talking
because you can have that certainly happen when you're charging more for people to do things and there's less there. You don't necessarily, maybe you don't give the workers more money. Maybe you give them a little more money, but then you keep a lot more and then get kind of greedy about it.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be very sustainable.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's
particularly as tourism, like it gives people in the community. Again, we're in Kauai, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you go to some of the little villages in Kauai or some of the little towns that are around there, like they want your business too. They want you to buy what they've got. They want you to pick up the things they have and to buy local stuff and try things out. So, if we're not encouraging people to do that, then why bother, Jacob?
Yeah, I mean that's why bother. That's a big point that I saw in many of these articles, which was about when you're local, it is about kind of getting to understand what the businesses are that are operated in the area, because you're going to have outside companies come in and set up shop in these towns, right? Like parasailing, whatever in this world. But if you take a close look at the business that's operating in Kauai that's doing that, there's going to be the guys that are doing it there because that's their village and they are offering that service. And then there's going to be the one that like Nestle set up. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I'm calling out a big name of a company, Nestle.
Nestle's parasailing is the worst.
The worst.
So unsustainable.
They're selling chocolate milk.
I mean, you get to eat a Crunch Bar while you're up there.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but still,
nice,
they're the worst.
Still, they're the worst.
Yeah.
But that's, when what I'm saying. It's like if you go to a place and there's a Jeep tour, there's going to be the version that is put together by the people who live in the village. But then there's also going to be the version that is the big monster that came in and took all
owned by Sheraton.
Yeah, that's took over all the jobs and you know what I mean?
So Jake, when we've just gone to Kauai.
You just called me Jake. What?
And I was like, what? Who's that?
It kind of feels like the opposite of when your parents are mad at you and you listen when they say your full name. He just called me Jake and I was like, what? What did I do?
It's serious. That's who it
Jake.
is.
Anyway, go on.
Well, yeah, okay, so I normally call you Jacob.
You normally call me Jacob.
Because your wife calls you Jacob, and so I've kind of taken her lead.
Yes.
But Clayton,
you have called me Jake.
Clayton calls you Jake.
I know.
All the time. Jake or Jakey.
I know.
And I just didn't because I was like, well, Jamie calls him Jacob, so maybe he prefers Jacob, and I've never actually asked you. So you've called me Jake before, and I don't mind it at all, but it is not your norm. No.
Yeah. So that's why I was kind of taken aback by it. You called it, especially if we're like Clayton and we're all together.
Yeah.
But Jamie doesn't call me Jake because her first boyfriend before me was Jake.
And he was a turd.
So she's equated the name Jake with him. And when she met me, she was like, I'm only going to call you Jacob.
Right.
But my mother calls me Jake. My father calls me Jake. My brother calls me Jake. A lot of people call me Jake. But
doesn't she realize that you're the superior Jake?
I am the superior Jake. And it's been 20 years.
I mean,
we should let it go.
At this point, you probably have earned. I don't think there's not a confusion anymore.
There's not a confusion. Well, maybe. I don't know.
When you spell it, do you spell it J-A-C-K or J-A?
K-E, yes. I spell it like that.
But it's J-A-C-O-B.
It's J-A-C-O-B. And so you switch letters. You go, I'm not like Jacob Dylan who spells it J-A-K-O-B.
Okay.
That's how he spells his name. But I'm the traditional
and people
Jacob.
would probably think J-A-C-E would be Jace, not Jake.
Jace, yeah.
Even though it'd be kind of baller for you to start doing that.
Just doing it.
You know, and have people call you Jason and go, no, it's Jake.
I think it's fine that you call me Jake. I was just surprised by it because I don't think in all the podcasts, number one, and two, it doesn't normally come out of your mouth. You normally say Jacob, so I was surprised.
Yeah.
But go on.
Sorry, pal.
No, do it again.
Right.
Do it again.
So Jake.
Yes.
We're going to Kauai.
Okay.
We're already there. We've gotten our hotel. We're showering responsibly. We're not wasting things. We kept the Twix bar wrappers out of the ocean.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
Yeah.
Right. So now we've got a choice.
Right.
We can either parasail with the local dude.
Yeah.
Or we can parasail with the Sheraton guy who's out there and set up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I guess, either one gives somebody's got a job, but probably the local guy makes a bit more money if you go with him than the person who works for the Sheraton to do it.
Yeah.
Because we're not actually staying at the Sheraton. We're not rich enough, but we might be considering their parasailing service.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do is we're going to go. And then when we go on our Jeep tour to go hiking up in the mountains, we're going to pick the local guys one,
Right.
or the local ladies one.
Yeah, the local
I
ladies.
just assume, we have a show we've made up called. Should we say? We can't say.
We can't say.
We can't say.
We
have
made
a show we're working on
where guys
where
is it
everybody.
means male and women.
Yes,
like all.
So I got to get out of that habit because for everyone else in the world, that's not the case.
Yeah.
It could be anybody. It could be
male or female.
Male or female's business.
Yeah.
But we'll use them in the local person's business.
And I know what people are thinking.
What?
Right? There's a quote in the movie The Cable Guy where Jim Carrey leans in close and he says, "Don't go bungee jumping in Mexico. They just don't have the regulations." And so I know what you're thinking, which is safety is key too.
Yeah.
So I do want you to use the local business, but I also want you to be safe. So if it feels dodgy, if it feels like this is a guy named Roger and he just got a rope from his shed and he's taking you bungee jumping and it doesn't look like a legitimate business, definitely don't do that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying support the local business within safe boundaries.
Never trust a Hawaiian named Roger.
Yes.
We should put this as a tag on at the end of our podcast.
Never trust a Hawaiian named Roger. Where are you from, Kauai? What's your name? Roger. Oh no.
God, run, turn
Get
away.
out of here.
Run.
Want to go bungee jumping?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sure. But I would imagine that the locals probably know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. Yes,
I think you're probably in pretty good shape.
So it's the look at both sides.
Yeah.
Like you'll know if they've got the business set up and people are going to have a great time, then you're going to be great.
Yeah.
But if it seems dodgy,
don't go first.
Don't go first. Don't go first. Okay. Here's the thing. These
could be a tag.
Yeah,
don't go first.
Don't go first. I'm gonna skim these only just because I feel like as we dove in, I was like, okay, these are kind of for the businesses, and I know that like. I don't want to get too much into like what businesses need to do.
I'm glad to know that you researched what you were going to be talking about before you started.
I actually did, but here's the problem. You want to know the problem?
Wait.
I clicked a link about here's the tenants right here.
And you improvised. You were on the fly.
I was on the fly, and the actual tenants that I have are on another page, and I read those. Okay. But when I clicked this link and I started, I was like, these aren't the same ones that I researched. So.
Is the other one available? Did you have that?
Yeah. I have them right here, but it was basically much more like four bullet points of this place called the One Seed Fund that said, here's the things that you should prioritize in your things.
Okay, zip through the other business ones so we can get something interesting, and then we'll do the four ones that we were supposed to do in the first place.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. That was literally me going, I've already committed. We're going to just roll with it. Right. You know what I mean? That's my improv.
Hey. We said yes and.
And
then we had a whole new podcast.
And it got fun.
It did get fun.
We talked about bungee jumping with Roger.
I think people learned some things.
I think so too. Yeah. So anyway, we were on, so demand, fair income. We got that. Reduce tourism's burden. So account for all tourism costs in terms of local burdens, environmental and social impacts, and objectively.
That's good for businesses actually, because you can as a business bring in so much garbage and so much trouble that the locals don't know what to deal with it or handle it. So it's nice that they're thinking with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Redefine economic success. Okay?
Yeah, well that makes sense. So like his economic success, the fact that. Again, we're going to make fun of Sheraton. Sheraton's fine. Whatever. I'm just picking you because I know that you're in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So like the Sheraton, their probably goal is to make the stockholders as much money as they possibly can and to have the most profitable hotel possible, so on and so forth. But maybe if you kind of like think about it a little bit differently, like, okay, so how can we still make a profit for the shareholders, but give a little bit to the locals?
Exactly. It says favor metrics that specify destination benefits such as small business development, distribution of incomes, and enhancement of sustainable local supply chains.
I have a crazy idea.
What's that?
How about the Sheraton hires the local guy who does parasailing and have him run the parasailing business and then say, hey, since we're going to send you so much business, give us 20% of your profits and then you can run your business how you like.
Yeah. That's genius.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And everybody wins.
Yep. Mitigate climate impacts. Okay. Strive to follow accepted scientific consensus to know about reducing greenhouse gas. So like we're trying to do that with your air, sea, and ground transportation. So you're doing the best you can there. Close the loop on resources. So when post-pandemic safety allows, turn away from those disposable plastics. So like when we can, get back to it. Try to get away from those again.
This is something I think we could flip to our going to Kauai trip, right?
Okay.
This is another one of those possibilities where you refuse the straw.
Yeah.
Where you just say, I don't need the straw.
Yeah.
Or when they're pouring plastic cups for people to have their Mai Tais, you say, hey, I'm going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. Do you guys have any glass?
Can I do a glass? I don't need to do it.
Because I would love the feeling of glass. And you make up a whole thing about why you want the glass. Then you have the glass instead, right? Or like, I'm not going anywhere. I'll take a whole dish. You don't have to give me a to-go cart. I'm gonna be right here. Let's enjoy it.
Yeah, and when you're traveling, don't go buy the big bag of the disposable razors. Just bring your regular razor.
Right.
Just bring it.
Get a straight razor.
Get a straight razor. Bring that instead.
Because that is baller.
That is baller. Contain tourism's land use. So limit high occupancy resort tourism to concentrated areas. So it's like, don't go all over the place, Have feelings about that? Well, let me read more what it says.
I think that makes sense with
So it says discourage resort sprawl from taking over coasts, islands, and mountain areas.
Well, I agree with that.
So as to retain geographical character.
I agree that the businesses shouldn't be taking over all of the entire island.
The whole place.
I'm just saying that if you're in the island,
you want to see it.
You should explore because you're not going to be able to help a business on the other side of the island that never gets any tourists by trying. Trying the fruits and the foods and the things they have out there if you don't go. Yeah. So I actually encourage people to explore and go check the place out.
Just don't go with a guy named Roger, though.
No.
You will die. Roger's going to kill you.
That's what he does.
I want to make a movie now about a guy in Kauai named Roger, and he's totally a psychopath.
He's played by Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. That's perfect. Okay, diversify source markets. Okay. In addition to international visitation, encourage robust domestic tourism, which may be more resilient in the face of crisis and raise citizens' perceived value of their own natural and cultural heritage. That was a mouthful.
I don't even know what you said.
I tuned out as I was reading.
Jacob was reading something. I didn't listen to what he said.
I don't even know what I said.
Try again. I'm going to try again.
Diversify source markets.
Okay.
In addition to international visitation, encourage robust domestic tourism.
Yeah. So get the pineapples from the local farm and from the local things, not from, don't import them from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like get your, or get the, if you're fishing, like you got an ocean right there. So let's just grab it from the, let's help the local businesses, local fishermen and fisherwomen.
Yeah.
and let's instead of just grabbing things from the cheapest place you can possibly get it, go ahead and look and see where you can get it.
Yeah, and also I felt like maybe this also means, and maybe I'm misreading it, does it mean people too?
Yeah.
So let's also encourage local people to travel domestically. Like if you live on that island over here and I live on this island over here, we should also be visiting and interacting with each other's islands.
Sure.
Instead of everybody coming from outside, you should also support people in your whole area to kind of get to know
that
and
is also a
benefit
very,
from each other.
A very low carbon footprint way to vacation.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, I think you'll find if you asked, haven't really explored much farther than about 10, 15 miles from their home.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
They probably don't know what's going on even 2 towns over.
Yeah.
So you could probably go and you could probably dig in and just travel around where you live.
That's the crazy thing about Southern California. You're in Los Angeles and you go maybe 2 hours in another direction and you're in a completely different world, man.
Oh, man.
Totally different
2 hours in LA is like here in Santa Monica.
I know. I mean outside of outside of LA County. Like let's say you're going up the 5 and you end up in a town outside of Bakersfield or Fresno or something like that. You're gonna immediately go out. You're in the area and go, this is nothing like where I live.
Yeah, Bakersfield's very different from
very different. And so, but I think
Palmdale even like you just get over the mountain to
So it's good for you to know because those people are sharing the same state as you.
Yeah.
And you guys are all voting in the same elections for stuff. And so it's good to kind of get a feel for what do people do.
Some of the best jeans I've ever owned, I got in Antelope Valley in Palmdale.
Everybody knows Antelope Valley jeans are great.
I mean,
everybody knows that.
I mean, I wish I wore them to death because they were so good. They're amazing. And it made me want to actually go back to Palmdale just to get the jeans.
They
were that good.
I want to do a commercial with Noel where I'm like, are those Antelope Valley jeans? And he's like, yeah. They feel great. Antelope Valley, the best jeans in California.
Anyway, but or you go north, right?
Yeah.
You go up the 101 and suddenly you're in Santa Barbara. That is not the same.
That's not the same at all.
Right?
No.
San Diego down south, heck, Orange County. Yeah. They're not.
This is an interesting state because it is so different everywhere you go. Whereas I grew up in Oklahoma. And I mean, if you go from Tulsa to Oklahoma City, it's not going to blow your mind or anything like that. But there's different cities, but it's not that different.
Right.
So California is definitely an exception because you go, wow, it just changes over and over again, different places. But
even places that have a lot of similarities have different things within that. Like,
it's
I'll
true.
give an example, like Utah, right? Now, Utah's it's a beautiful state. So it's maybe an extreme example, but in Utah, it's a lot of red rock, like desert kind of area, and then a lot of mountain kind of ski sort of area. But if you get into these red rock areas,
different.
They're different. Like you could spend a lifetime, walking in and around that and looking at what's there and just getting lost and exploring that kind of area. So I'm just saying, like, even if you're in Oklahoma, you probably, if you really dedicated yourself, could probably find some interesting stuff.
Yeah. And you were just in Florida. Let's talk about a state right there where even though you've got beaches and cities and something that geographically might be similar, you go from city to city to city and they change and they change and they change.
You can go a couple blocks.
And you go, you're in this city and it's like this, and then you're in this city and it's like this. So it's interesting. So
explore where you live.
Explore where you live is that was the point of that. Explore where you live. Okay, we're almost done with this.
This worked out, actually.
See?
This rant. I mean, I know we're not.
No, I think it's good.
It's okay.
I think it's good.
All right.
See, that's what the thing is we yes and.
We do.
Right? I could have easily looked at this and go, oh, this isn't right, and then we would have lost out.
And then the show's ruined.
Everything's ruined.
Yeah.
It is ruined.
It's ruined. See? At least knows.
Okay, last two. Protect sense of place. So encourage tourism policies and practice business practices that protect and benefit natural, scenic, and cultural assets. So just make sure you're protecting the area,
Yeah, I think that kind of goes, it kind of matches a little bit with what we were talking about before. Like when you're in your waterfall, don't dump your Twix bars.
Don't dump your Twix bars.
And the thing, don't take a bunch of balloons that you're going to go launch off to for
Definitely
your gender reveal party.
Don't do a big balloon reveal.
and dump them all into the,
terrible idea.
Just be respectful. Like, and don't go around with the machete chopping down the bamboo forest as you're walking by.
Yeah.
But be respectful.
Yeah.
Like look, don't touch.
Yeah.
Treat it nice.
Treat it nice. Treat it nice.
Treat it gently.
That's what it should say here. Treat it nice.
Treat it nice.
Last one. Operate business responsibly.
I thought that was the last one.
No, I said two more.
I don't listen. I don't listen.
I don't listen to myself. Yeah. You saw that earlier when I read and I tuned myself out.
I don't even remember.
Operate business responsibly, which I don't even need to dig in that anymore. That's just like do business right. You know what I mean?
That could, a lot of people who listen to the show probably, have their own businesses or work in there. And you just think about this for a moment yourself as you're running your business. How can I do this? Particularly if you're in an area that has a lot of tourism. Yeah. So what about the 4 for the people who are moving?
So it said through the ones.
Or are we out of time?
We've gone for a long time. So I'll hit these real quick, but I have my own note that I think should go towards. I have my own idea.
Is it an award-winning idea?
It's an award-winning idea. Okay. I think it's going to be.
Then let's do it.
So I'll hit these real quick. Local ownership. Suppliers must be independently owned businesses. We hit that, right? Environmental impact. Suppliers must meet or exceed industry standards.
Okay. Yeah.
Ethical practices. Suppliers must follow all local laws and industry best practices with respect and ethical management.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And underrepresented ownership. Sorry, that was a mouthful. Underrepresented ownership. During the supplier review process, priority is given to suppliers owned by underrepresented populations.
I actually think that's one that maybe wasn't covered as well in the last one. Like you go to Cancun, for instance, right? So in Cancun, you why should an American business, be like a primary. I mean, I'm sure that
senior frogs.
It's exactly
right.
Like I'm sure it's great for the stockholders here and everything else. But if you prioritized people who live in Cancun, that here's the thing, they probably would love the opportunity to have their own business and have things go and right.
Yep.
So and I think that's particularly the same in a place like Kauai where you've got a lot of. You've got a lot of people who've lived there and have generations of family who have been there forever. Yeah, they probably should get some priority on what you're where you're sourcing your materials, where you're doing who gets to have the hotel, whatever. I don't know.
No, I agree. I agree, and I think
which isn't to say that we shouldn't be still going out there and spending money in these places to help develop so that you can get more people to come in and bring more money. That's good. I mean, that's a good thing too. But it's a good thing to think about.
I think that going forward in the future is that so you have a place that's a big party spot in Cancun that's run by a bunch of guys from California, right? it would be better for businesses and people who have that marketing knowledge and wherewithal to invest in the community and teach them how to do it and to invest in that. So you get a percentage of the profit, but let them show what the local customs and cultures are. Don't bring in the bloomin' onion to serve, you know what I mean? Like it's
Australians are allowed to do it. Not Americans aren't, but it's cool if Aussies do.
I used to work at Outback Steakhouse, by the way, back in college, which I hear is very authentic Australian cuisine.
Oh my God.
It's a joke in Australia, right?
Is not.
No. I mean, hilarious. Like they do think of, I mean, I'm sure Australians think about Outback Steakhouse as a silly thing.
Yes, because they put Australian names on American food.
Totally.
The bloomin' onion.
It's not Australia.
Do you think that Australians are making bloomin' onions? No.
They don't have a drink called the Wallaby Dand.
No.
But anyway, so the point being, invest in the local business. Let these places shine. And look, we want people to have profitable ideas and invest in communities. But there's a responsibility that we have, especially in places that just that still have some sort of a core of who they are from thousands of years ago. Yeah. You just don't want to lose that, right? You don't want to lose that.
Totally. And I actually think that, like, as an example, on Oahu, because since we're in Kauai,
we're
on
in
the
Kauai.
way home, we'll stop in Oahu. They have they have the Polynesian Cultural Center, in the area, right?
There you go.
That's a great place to visit.
Yeah,
it really is. You actually learn kind of a lot about
awesome.
King Kamehameha and the local culture. And
I love that. Yeah, I geek out over that kind of stuff.
It's great. It's rad. You get to see. You know, you get to celebrate and have a luau and do the whole. It's a fun time.
Awesome.
It's a really cool experience. So if they have things like that, I think you should visit them. I think you should go, like, make it a point that I'm going to go try to get an idea of what is this place about? What's the history here? What's the culture here? That should be one of the things that you think about when you go to vacation to a place, is to learn what is the history of this place that I'm going to.
Absolutely. And I think that is what regenerative travel is about. Is that it got to be a thing where you would travel around the world to go to these cities to do the same crap you did here.
Yeah.
But just in another part of the world.
Yeah.
It's like, why did you go there in the first place?
Right.
What's it about? What's about this place?
Why can't have just special? Been to wear your Lululemons and go to the beach, Noel.
Exactly. And I can't wear my one-piece 1920s bathing suit, Jacob.
Yeah.
Jake.
With the stripes, right?
With the stripes. Yeah. And the curly mustache.
Yeah. And water shoes.
Yeah. But here's my one idea that needs to be added to
without Elise, because she's left us longer.
No, she's at a party with the locals, and they're showing her the best food, the best drinks. She literally has a better understanding of Kauai in an hour.
Yeah.
But you and I...
And she gets to swim, too, but with the normal people in the normal swimming suits.
Yes.
So if you're coming with us to Kauai... Go with Elise.
Go with Elise. Follow Elise. We're going to be with Roger on the Jeep tour. But
thankfully we regenerate.
Yeah, we're regenerative.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. No, my one idea that I think they should add to the list, and this is for United States citizens. This should be on the travel list for regenerative travel for all United States citizens.
New Mexico.
It's this.
What?
It's this. Oh. Inside voices. Okay.
Oh yeah, we're so loud.
We're so loud.
Yeah.
We're so loud. I think it would be a benefit if Americans traveled the world and just tried that much more to
blend.
Just tone it down a little bit.
To blend.
Yeah. Just hang out, man. Yeah, have a good time at the party, but like if you're in the middle of a cathedral, don't be like, hey, let's all get a picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? That goes for like it's not just the old families from from the Midwest and the South. Yeah. Because I when I travel, it is from a mile away. You can hear, and then like, hey, what's
it's there too. So it's not Midwestern. Yeah,
so it's everybody. It's all of us.
It's all Americans. We're loud.
And we have accents. Yeah. We all have accents. If you don't think you have an accent, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
We all have accents. Everybody on Earth has an accent.
It's just different.
It's different, right?
But we're like, because that's the indication that I get from the friends that I make that live in other countries is that Americans are great and they love us, but when we go on people's turf, we just kind of get a little loud.
We're so obvious.
We're just so obvious, and so just every now and then, just take that note in your mind. If you're somewhere, just be like, if you're a Valley girl or you're a New Yorker or whatever, and you're talking,
and you might not think you're a Valley girl. You might think I'm a regular, just great, hardworking, good. American girl from a beach place.
Yes, and
you don't realize it.
And I'm on the canals
in
Italy.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with being where you're from or talking the way you talk. There's nothing wrong with that. Just try to blend.
Yeah, try to blend. All. Just tone down the volume. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's the dudes too. It's not just the ladies.
It's all of us. And it's me too. I'm guilty of this. I'm saying this because
listen to the podcast.
I am loud. You are loud.
What?
We are loud
I'm
guys.
Silent.
We are so loud that people on this floor tell us that they know we're in the office because they can hear us at the other end of the floor.
Yeah.
So,
but they love us.
They love us though. Well, we're in the United States, so whatever. We can be as loud as we want right now.
This doesn't apply to us. We're talking about other people.
We're at home. Shout. Let it all out.
My friends make fun of me because I talk so low. And they're like, Eli, speak up. And I'm just like,
see, you need to travel. You're perfect. You can represent our country so perfectly.
You do have a softer tone than the two of us, and it is only amplified by our volume. Like, we're all loud, and you'll say something, and I'm like, what was that? What did you say? What was that?
Yeah.
So we're learning too. We're learning from each other. Yeah, we're all growing here.
We're all growing together.
Guys, that was regenerative travel.
That was great.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. And we happened into some subjects that we didn't know we were going to get into, but so the world's reopening slowly but surely.
Yeah.
People are getting on planes, people are getting on boats, people are going on road trips. Just be mindful of the places that you visit and respecting what's going on there. And that even means domestically. That even means when you drive to Bakersfield. That even means when you drive. Like, just understand that they've got their own thing going on there, and that's okay.
And our responsibility is to learn about it.
Yes.
As opposed to jumping in and being who we are.
Right.
Enjoy when you're traveling, trying to be a great guest.
Yes.
So go and be a great guest. Learn about where you're going. Learn how the people act where you're going. Try to fit in. See what it's like. Try to be Spanish when you're in Spain for a minute. See what it's like to live that life, to act that way. Yeah. Try to take
a siesta.
Yeah.
Those are great.
One.
Yeah,
they're wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Like just embrace the whole thing. Find out what it's all about. Get into the middle. Ask questions. People love try to learn the language, and if you only learn 6 words, use them. Like, go and use those 6 words, and then when someone talks to you, say, "I'm sorry, I actually only learned 6 words." And they'll understand because they're better than us, and they often speak English.
And they will greatly, from my personal experience, they really appreciate it. Yeah, that you tried.
They love when you try, and they love to teach you words, and just go. Embrace where you're going. Be there. Yes. Embrace what's there. Embrace being part of that. And you'll have a better vacation. They'll have a better vacation. You'll be more respectful. They'll be glad. And then when they visit you, they'll be more American. They'll be loud. If you're coming to America,
be loud.
Be loud.
Yeah,
because that's what we do.
We're a loud country.
Oh, man. Yeah. Blend in.
But
but we judge people for being loud. We're loud. We judge people.
That's right. That's true. We're real.
We're the worst.
We're really an interesting place to live.
Don't come to America.
You know what? You got a great thing going on.
Actually, you should. There's so much to see here. There's so much to do here. It's a really great place. It's a great place to explore and get lost and have a great time. So definitely come to America and enjoy it.
Yes.
And blend.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's regenerative travel. And if you do these things, it will truly regenerate your soul. So, guys, that's it. Do you want to do our sign-offs here?
I guess it's probably time to do our sign-offs. Yeah, let's do it.
We are your beacon of light in a gloomy environment.
Carefully avoiding neonicotinoids.
We are the Siegfried and Roy and Meryl Streep of podcasts.
And Meryl Streep, don't forget that.
Yeah, can't forget Meryl Streep.
This show is a joke.
Step 1. No, that's not me. Oh, my gosh, you guys.
There is something missing.
There is something missing. Oh, my gosh. Can I just take step 1, chill out?
Yeah, sure. Give me the problem.
Okay, step 1, chill out.
Don't tell your neighbors.
Don't tell your neighbors. That's the one. No, and I know we have spilling the teeth since 2019.
Yeah.
But there's one. Oh, I got it now. I remember now. You want to take it?
Don't ever trust a guy named Roger. No. A Hawaiian named Roger?
Yeah. It was don't ever trust him. No, you want to know what it was?
What was it?
It was never believe.
That's what it
I'm
is.
sorry. It left my brain.
The thing I love about that one is that's the worst possible thing you could say in a podcast.
And we have children in classrooms that listen to the show.
Never believe.
Just so you know, that tag is totally a joke.
It better be.
Like so much. This show is a joke.
This show is a joke.
It's in the tag. It's in the tag.
And that's why it's supposed to follow. This show is a joke. Never believe. Step 1, chill out.
Step 1, chill out. And then I say spilling the teeth since 2019. And never follow a Hawaiian named Roger.
That's mine. Never follow Hawaiian.
And then
named
don't
Roger.
go first if you want.
And don't go first.
Don't go. Oh yeah,
That's a good one too.
that is good.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Biofriendly Podcast.
And thank you for joining us on the
live streams.
YouTube Live and some Facebook Live. We got some good visitors this time. Now remember, if you're on YouTube Live or Facebook Live, you are free to ask. To
chime in.
Use the chat. Let us know. Elisa's monitoring it. She can. We said this, of course, at the end of the show when it's too late.
It's okay.
As a classic.
Well, all our siblings are the only ones tuning in these days.
No, that's fine. We have a lot of siblings.
Yeah, we do.
It's a huge audience.
So many.
It's a huge audience. But tell your friends. We have to start. We're doing a better job of promoting, I think.
You think
Don't
so?
we? I don't know.
I mean, I think we're doing great.
It's growing fast, but I think we should still tell people to
guys, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies.
Tell your enemies.
Tell your enemies.
Yeah, we're not gonna save the environment unless everybody listens to the show.
Exactly.
On Earth. Everybody on Earth.
Yeah, and Topper Luciani from Good Fare, who we had on last week, said that we are eventually going to be like the Joe Rogan of the environmental world. He was like, we're like on the cusp.
Called it.
He did. He called it.
He called
so
it.
That's inevitably going to happen. It's like
we'll do a wish basket shot on it later.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
It'll be great.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Cheerio.
Bye.
There she goes. There she goes. Bye.
It's the Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.